music. Okay, everybody, usually I give it a few minutes, but Facebook's all over me about these music intros. Alexa, turn off the music. There, okay, sorry everybody. We'll get right into this. This is breaking. I wanted to actually go through it a couple hours ago, but I worked on my truck, my rear end, lots of work there. GTA has not been good on old Midnight Martha, but I got her all back together. It was a little more work than I liked, a little more money, but it's a lot cheaper than going into the shops. Which brings me to the point of this post. Norway, everybody. Over a year ago, and anyone who's followed me for a very long time when it comes to oil futures, gas futures, natural gas futures, that's what I do. I do terrific research. I have all of it backed up by the IMO, by all of the stock market influences around the world. I go through OPEC, Middle East, all of it. The Allies, US, everything, right to Brent, and even Skoll, which we're going to get to that right now, Norway. So, are you ready, everybody? Norway has entered a boom on oil and gas and natural gas. An entire boom. They're ramping up crude production, exploration and development of wells. They're going forward in massive, massive expansion. In fact, 20%. Government full subsidies more than even Alberta. When you hear all of it from the Canadian government, all of it in the narrative, the environmentalists, led by none other than Greta Thunberg. And I called this out over a year ago. You can go find it on my Facebook. I calculated this. I told everybody Norway is only going to increase production. Whatever Canada pulls the throttle back on, Norway will make it up. That's just one country, much, much smaller than Canada, who does not have a negative carbon capture, negative carbon imprint. They have an entirely much bigger carbon imprint than Canada could ever have. Russia argues this fact too. They're in the same boat as Canada. The Canadian government tells all of you, no, what we do is we pick on regions, we nail them for their carbon imprint, no trees counted, no boreal forests, who cares, Alberta? You're going to pay and we're going to transfer the wealth out. Now, that's not Norway's fault. It's not Norway's fault. But what is interesting here is Greta Thunberg in Canada, all over the world, running down Canada, specifically Alberta's oil sands, Alberta's sweet and sour alike in all fields, Canadian oil, Western Canadian Select, trying to destroy all of it. We're not even allowed to ship natural gas beyond Ontario. We are forbidden from going to the Atlantic provinces. They're never to have it. And ladies and gentlemen, Norway has just entered a boom. They're going for an expansion of 20%. What does that mean? It means 4 decades of straight increases to get there through exploration, drilling, development, service, and final product. 40 years. It's 2021. Doesn't that put us into 2062? Why would Norway go on that if it's all being shut down in 2050? Why is Russia doing that, who's putting in a system to last to nearly the end of the century? For Germany and Spain and Europe, why are they doing that? I thought the entire world is shutting down production. Well, we know USA went well beyond 400% increase through Obama to Trump to now Joe Biden. No one's put the brakes on nothing. Only apparently Canada. Because Greta Thunberg, who's Norwegian, I'm a Bjorkman, she's a Thunberg, from Norway, where my people come from, and apparently it's okay that Norway has more government subsidies for oil in Norway than Canada does for its oil sectors, even by regional provinces combined. That's okay. And it's okay that they're going into a major boom in all three sectors: oil, gas, and natural gas. They're going to expand all of it by 20%. Go look, it's all over the news today, internationally. You won't hear from CBC, CTV, Global. The only source of news you're going to get is by me. Because apparently I'm the only one who looks at the world as it really is. And narratives that go outside of the truth and goes against the first class politicians of Canada and their allegiances to the royal family and the Commonwealth of 54 nations. It's to be kind of just, hey, we're not going to listen to the rest of the world. Who cares about the other 75%? I mean, hey, we're a minority group. Don't worry. It's a good idea that 40 million Canadians subsidize 30% of the world's populations. If we work really hard, in the next 20 years, we'll be a third world country ourselves. Yeah. If we work even harder than that, all the First Peoples will be extinct nearly in 60 years. The old stock Canadians, you won't even know what that term means. Rural Canadians, you can kiss all that goodbye. And these people who think it rolls on forever, tell that to the Tigwai of Ethiopia who are being eradicated. And for those who still don't understand, those are old stock Ethiopians, rural Ethiopian farmers who are getting eradicated, thrown off their lands. They're in a full-blown revolution, a civil war, 110 million people. Now, they're the minority because they're the rural. The big city slickers are coming for them, and so's the Prime Minister. They've been working on them for quite a while. But it makes you wonder how and who is funding Greta Thunberg. Well, I would say it's the Norwegian government, first and foremost. They kicked Canada's ass for a UNSC seat. They're kicking Canada's ass on supply and trade routes. They're kicking Canada's ass on primary sector, especially in oil, gas, and natural gas. Wow. And this isn't breaking news today. You won't hear it unless you go to foreign media reports or you go and you look at Norway's announcements today on the government website. No Greta Thunberg there. Nope. She's really busy targeting Canada, especially Alberta. Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, and Aaron O'Toole, they all love that. Yeah. Target Alberta, massive money transfers to the east. If we all play this game, we can keep getting re-elected and no one's ever any wiser. Import foreign oil. How do you guys all like your gas prices? With the price of WCS right now, Western Canadian Select, gas prices should be at 78 cents a litre. But they're not. Well, why is that? Oh, because we import, and we actually import Western Canadian Select from the United States of America, because we don't go across Canada. We have to go down to the States, go through that Illinois belt, and then up back to Ontario, the massive population, who has to pay nearly twice as much. It's almost there. 32% right now, more, for a product that's made available for you in Alberta. But hey, what do I know? Greta Thunberg knows everything. That child knows everything. It's better to follow her and watch Norway kick our fucking ass on the world stage in value and supply chains as well as primary sector GDP. Just kicking our fucking ass. And they're what? Nearly 6 times less than Canada? But they do so much more. They're even heavier socialist. Now you can argue and say, well, Sweden and Norway, you put them together, almost what, 38% of Canada. Maybe you have an argument there, but we can't even get to our Arctic. Do you know our Arctic science stations? Do you know who delivers us there? Norway. And if Norway don't do it, we have to enlist France. We can't even ship ourselves or scientists to our own Arctic bases. We have to rely on Norway or France or Russia or USA. That's it. And the Canadian government argues about its borders. Give me a break. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting. Our country is shit. And people, if you don't share this video, you're a problem. You're a problem. It's not about liking or not liking. It's about what's the truth, what's happening to your country, what's happening with other countries. And everyone just says, oh, that's okay. It's all normal. It's all normal. Really? The largest and heaviest influenced environmental activist from Norway has nothing to say about Norway's massive boom in oil, gas, and natural gas. Massive boom, likes of which you can't find anywhere else besides USA and Russia. And here's Canada. Put the brakes on, shut her down. We're doing a global strategy shift. In this country, at this elevation, that matches, I know, my home city, Edmonton, Alberta, is the most northern latitudinally city with a population over 1 million people besides Moscow. That's a fact. You can circle the whole world. And, everybody, I'm going through so much right now with major world governments right now. Russia's got me hard at work on 3 new organizations I've heard of. I'm not too familiar with. Ukraine's reached out. They're battling back and forth. And I got to give it to Russia right now. And I will be sharing all that with the United States of America too. It's important that both the Democrats and Republicans see it, understand it, and these countries start explaining things. There's another narrative I have to show all of you coming up, and I'm working on it very hard. It's going to take me a couple weeks. Is another organization of all the northern countries around the world. Cut out of that is China. This organization was made to defeat the Cold War. And now they talk about a Cold War with China. Why is China not in the organization? What is going on here? The world is not what we're being led to believe it is. There's so much more work to do. Every time I master something, it seems I only open up more and more doors. But what I'm enjoying is that the rest of the world will give you more and more as you complete more and more tasks. This is not the same for our Canadian government, our opposition parties, or even the other parties. It's sad. We're run by low-life, degenerate, ignorant, unintelligent, lazy politicians from every walk. Share if you want to get to the bottom of the truth. Share if you want to understand this too. Many people have to see this video. People have to know what's going on. It's your children's future. We all want a clean environment. We want a clean world. But if that's not the outcome here, and that's not where we're going, and it's actually just an exchange of wealth and people putting their stock into their wealth for themselves and their people at your expense, Shouldn't we all know that? That's the truth today. Breaking news. Share, share, share. If you don't want to become a third world country, that's where we're heading. Thank you. Bye now.